It's an interesting mystery so far. Every little thing keeps developing in another direction. And it's made inherently intriguing not only by the supernatural elements, but knowing that my character was the one doing it, apparently. It's funny and indistinct. It stares blankly ahead, barely noticing you're even here. Can you hear me?
The living cannot communicate with the dead. It is the way of things. I am sorry.
Just thought I'd try again. You never know. We know it's covered in blood now. What do we want to do with that? Who's this guy? That's probably his ghost. Oh, use your machete on the body? Machete on this, on the post? No.
I am not using my blade on the body.
Cut me. Is that the answer? No. Burn the body?
My magic is kind of weak down here. I couldn't.
Right, he said that before. Because this thing's blocking the body, the magic somehow. One thing to try is I could ask her about what I saw. Now I know things. We read Jordan's journal.
Shit. I knew I should have tossed that computer. Well, the cat's out of the bag now. You proud of yourself, master?
Whatever you think I did, it wasn't me.
Oh, really? Then who taught us those blood rituals? Because it sure wasn't the Tooth Fairy. You took us all in. You saved us, I guess. Maybe. Every month you'd do the ritual. You'd cut one of us. We'd bleed on the altar. Then you'd say those words and we'd heal. Better, stronger, faster than before. It was like a drug.
Life energy. That's what you were being fed. That explains the wildlife in the basement. It must be residual life magic.
Whatever it was, it felt good.
What happened after your master left?
You're talking like you were separate people. Jordon was so happy when you put him in charge. He tried, he really did. But he just got too sick. But whatever you did to us, the healing, it stopped working when you left. So he put me in charge. Me. And I just made things worse.
Something must have happened or you wouldn't be out here.
I failed everyone. I was supposed to help them, but instead I cut with a knife. I said those stupid words again and again and again. It didn't work, so I had to try harder.
The murdered man in the basement. You took the blood ritual too far.
It was an accident, I swear.
An accident? It looks like his throat was slit. Did it work?
No, it didn't work. Would I be out here in the rain if it did? I put him on the altar. I took the knife and I killed him. By accident. I must have been nervous. I thought that was the end of it, but then...
His spirit, it came back.
It was horrible. We couldn't stay. Every time it saw us, it would scream.
So it drove you out?
Yes, and so I came here. I don't want to be around people anymore.
You speak the truth.
You believe me. Hooray.
It is not a matter of belief. I simply know what truth is. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Well, there's no point in lying anymore, is there? The master here was just as much involved as me, and something tells me you aren't going to turn him in.
You said you needed healing. What was wrong with you?
Cerebral palsy on my left side. It was bad before. I could barely handle sewer duty. It's much worse now.
sewer duty.
You seriously don't remember? The pipes in the building leaked. Overflow from the sewer. It was disgusting. You couldn't exactly call a plumber, so you made us go into the sewer and drain it from there. We went down there so much, Jordon had to swipe a key to the control panel.
She has the key. Where's the key to the sewer control panel now?
You serious? You never wanted to bother with that before. But whatever. It's to the right of the control panel, behind one of the pipes.
Where's that knife now?
You think I'm an idiot? I tossed it down a storm drain.
What? Why did you do that?
What do you think? It's probably halfway to Jersey by now, and good riddance.
We're going to fix this. Don't worry. It's probably not a very accurate thing to say.
Don't do me any favors. This mess is yours, Master. Do whatever you like.
Goodbye, Wendy, and good luck.
If I was lucky, I never would have met you in the first place.
We're not getting along at all.
She threw the knife down a storm drain. Damn it. I can't blame her, but damn it. Magically imbued tools take weeks to make. I really hope to study it.
Down we go. So it's supposed to be over here. Yeah, most likely. So immediately the issue of the veil is now a question. There's an ambiguity as to whether or not the veil is going to actually defend me and help me. Because one of the first people we've encountered has recognized me already. Sure, they have to be void touched, but if the master dealt with them, there's a decent chance that they're void touched, and so that really hurts my chances of being incognito. A lot of the people we might be encountering might be ex-victims.
Huh. Looks like Wendy was right.
Turn it on! For the love of God, turn it back on!
Why is this happening now? What the hell are you?
Wait. Master? Master! Master, is that you?
Maybe I was once, but I'm not anymore.
No, you just can't leave me. Not again. Not yet. Please. I know. I failed you. I couldn't leave them. I was too weak. I tried so hard, but it was just too much.
You're Jordon, aren't you?
I was, yes. But I'm not sure who I am anymore. Do you remember, Master? How you found me? Frozen, half to death on the street? I almost died. You saved me. You healed me. Brought me back from certain death.
It wasn't really me. It was a demon who possessed me.
That was no demon. It was you. You were so kind. You showed me how to heal. We were going to heal the entire city. But I couldn't do it without you. When you left, the power left too. The chill, the cold, it came back. I couldn't stop it. It just got worse and worse. I couldn't heal myself, let alone anyone else, so I left. I had to find something, anything that could help me get warm again.
I'm so sorry, Jordon.
It's not your fault, Master. Don't blame yourself. You warned me about that spell. I didn't listen. But I was so desperate. I was freezing to death. The bed in that homeless shelter wasn't warm enough. You taught me a spell that would let warmth into my heart. So I spoke it. Then this happened.
What a trap. Like, being an evil demon asshole, he probably totally planted this in his head just knowing that he would do it one day and suffer the consequences. You were inside the homeless shelter when you cast the spell?
Yes, they were the only ones who would take me in.
No, you misunderstand. The shelter, it burned to the ground.
Was anyone hurt?
Yes, Jordon, people were hurt.
I didn't mean for this to happen. Help me, Master. I know I don't deserve it, but please. Help me before I hurt anyone else.
I have some questions first.
Anything you want.
A knife was tossed down here. Have you seen it?
The knife? You mean your knife? Yes, I saw it fall down here. I took it. I hid it. Just in case you ever came back.
Could you get it for us? I'd love to study it.
I suppose. After you help me?
We spoke to Wendy.
I didn't want to leave them. Wendy, least of all. She leads them now. She's keeping them all safe.
Wendy killed someone on the altar.
She what? Why would she do that?
Standard escalation. More blood, more power.
I want this to end. Please, just let it all end.
Eli, can you do anything to help him?
I've been trying, but the fire, it's different. It's self-generating, self-sustaining. Even submerging himself in water couldn't snuff him out. I've never seen anything like it. I need to know more about his condition before I can even attempt a cure.
Master, this is all too much. I served you faithfully, then you left when I needed you the most. How do I know you won't leave again? Cure me? Help me? Do that and I will get the knife for you gladly.
Goodbye, Jordon. We'll be back.
Thank you, Master.
So now he's going to hold on to that because it might be something that we want. For flood conditions only. Emergency drainage. Should I turn it back on? Like... Are we just going to awkwardly walk away? I guess I should talk to these guys. They might have something for me.
What do you need?
What do you think we should do?
Should we head over to that homeless shelter? Take a look around?
That's a good idea.
I have the feeling we will.
Yes. Agreed.
Right, the homeless shelter.
He played with powerful magic he had no business using. He hurt dozens of innocents.
He was desperate. He made a human mistake.
In that, we are in agreement.
A pretty cold response. Pun intended, I guess. He played with powerful magic he had no business using. He just was told that there was a spell that would let warmth into his heart. Although I guess the master warned him. So kind of mixed accounts there on level of warning, I guess.
Evening, sir.
Do you know anything about the Village Eye building?
They went out of business, didn't they? Squatters were living in that building for a while, but I think they've cleared out.
You let them stay there?
The owner never filed a complaint, so legally we weren't required to investigate. Didn't stop us from keeping an eye on the place, though.
So you saw nothing illegal going on at the Village Eye?
Nothing we could see from the outside, no. But to be honest, it wasn't exactly high on our priority list.
Is there any chance I could take a look around back there?
No. In case it wasn't clear, this is a crime scene, which means stay back.
You need to let me back there.
Oh, really? Give me one reason.
My sister has been missing for days. I think she was living here.
Your sister, huh? Well, like I told you, they brought everyone to Beth Israel. If your sister was here, she was probably brought there.
I already checked. She wasn't there. Please, let me look inside.
Then I don't know what to tell you. What do you expect to find here, anyway?
Maybe there's a clue inside, some indication she was here?
If there is any kind of clue in there, it's probably burnt up. I'm sorry, but I really don't know what I can do for you.
There's got to be something. We've got kids. She's got kids. We need to find her.
Kids? Jesus, that's terrible. But really, I don't know what...
Shake uncontrollably.
Hey, stop that. Please, could you cut it out? Please? Damn it. Fine, get in, quick, before I change my mind. Just don't make me regret this.
That was an impressive performance.
I feel like I should applaud, or maybe shout bravo.
You certainly have a flair for deception. We will discuss this later. Let us find what we came for.
Acting powers. Is that Frozen? A lone locker stands intact amidst the ruins.
Is something the matter?
Ice cold. Why do I have 3 options for so many of these? I guess they just wanted to stick with that. This locker's cold as ice.
That is odd, to say the least.
It can't be normal ice.
Oh, the ice is perfectly normal. Nothing magic about it. It's the cold that's not natural.
So you believe this is magic related?
Are people still saying, duh? Because, well, duh.
I am a giant.
I cannot say I am impressed with the mundane authorities. They should have noticed this when inspecting the site.
Not necessarily. That officer said this place burnt down about a week ago. It wasn't raining then, which means that no ice should have formed.
Perhaps you are correct, and perhaps this was meant to be. If there is danger here, we should be the ones to face it.
Come on, melt!
Is everything all right?
Everything's fine. It's just something inside is fighting back. There!
Nicely done.
That's me, Eli Beckett, enemy of ice.
Exposure to fire and ice has warped this locker's metal to an alarming degree. Anything else around here, by the way? Charred walls stand unsteadily against the night sky.
Well, that's definitely our cold source, all right.
Why is it frozen? A thick ice block has formed inside the locker. A faint shape is visible inside. Hey, look at it. Well, I wanted to look at the shape. Alright. But sure, just touch it with your hand like a lunatic.
Now that it's out of the open air, the warm rain is coming down. I should be able to... Jesus!
Hello? The body's beginning to thaw out.
Look at that. Not a burn mark on him.
The ice protected him from the fire?
It also froze him to death, but if you want to get technical, sure, it protected him from the fire.
What could cause something like this?
Well, I might be going out on a limb here, but I'm gonna say magic.
Indeed. This cold is not natural.
Neither is the smell. Ugh.
Does this body look familiar to you?
Maybe. It's hard to tell, you know, with all the frostbite and things.
I admit, he does look slightly recognizable, but as to who, I cannot say.
This young man's covered in ice. He looks slightly familiar, but you can't quite place it. Does he look like the picture I had?
The more I look at him, the more familiar his face becomes. Do you recognize him, Eli?
No, but you're right. He is familiar. Why can't I remember?
The more I look at him, the more his face becomes familiar. That's what familiarity means. That's just what that word means.
He looks familiar, doesn't he? Where have I seen him before?
Ba-na-na-num. Wait, then who's the other guy? I have questions. This is Jordon, isn't it?
I think it is. It's definitely the same guy in that picture you got.
The evidence is undeniable. Jordon sought a way to remove the cold invading his body. It appears he failed.
So what did we see in the sewer? Another ghost?
No, we would not have been able to converse with it if so. We spoke to Jordon, not a lost spirit. At least, not one in the traditional sense. His soul transmuted, escaped his body, and became something else. He is alive, just no longer human.
He's become a fire elemental, a spirit bound to a body of flame.
So does he not feel the burning? Is he just burning forever because, and is he just in the water because he's trying to keep his fire from hurting someone? Can't we reverse it?
No, we can't. And even if we could, his human body is dead. There's nothing for him to go back to.
Regardless, we cannot allow a fire elemental to run loose in the city sewers.
Eli, you're a fire expert. Any thoughts?
Thoughts? I have plenty of thoughts. None of them nice. Let me mull them over for a bit, okay? We should hear Jordon out before deciding anything, anyway.
All right, let's go. Well, that's concerning.
Look, I hope your sister's okay. I really do. Just don't come back here, okay? I could get into some serious trouble.
Yeah, like when you find out about the body you guys didn't cover before. Whoops.
Eli, you are scratching the buttons of your coat again with your fingernail.
I am.
Yes. You are not even aware of it, are you?
Why is this a big deal?
It indicates a loss of control. It is minimal, but...
Right. I know. I'll work on that.
Thank you.
This is interesting. We have little moments of rapport between the characters. Considering the ability to swap out characters with each other later in the game, being like a selling point, even though we haven't seen it yet, it kind of feels a little like BioWare games, a little bit like Mass Effect and Old Republic. I mean, Mass Effect and Dragon Age specifically, where you could swap out different characters, and then as you'd walk around, they'd have conversations with each other. It seems like these two have a specific rapport about him fidgeting, and normally it would seem that she's just like anal retentive and like annoying and about other people fidgeting and hyper aware of it and kind of pushy about it, but she talks about it being a symbol symbolizing a lack of control or a loss of control, and I think she's specifically concerned and reeling him in because he's a fire mage, and like little idle gestures could lead to him accidentally using his magic. That's why she's obsessed with control specifically.
Master?
We went to the shelter, Jordon.
You did? What did you find?
You froze to death in the shelter.
What? I'm dead?
No, not exactly. You're a fire elemental now. You're alive, you're just in a new body. A body made of flame. That's why the flames are self-sustaining. You aren't on fire, you are fire.
So there's no cure?
No. Your human body is dead. There's no getting around that. But you're kind of immortal now. That's something, isn't it?
You mean I have to live like this forever?
Yeah?
You should have left me in the cold, Master! You should have left me to die!
We won't abandon you, Jordon. We'll think of something.
Thank you, Master!
Look, we do have one option. I'm a fire mage. I can control and channel fire. Given enough time, I can remove the fire from your spirit.
Eli, what you are proposing...
will be incredibly painful, I know.
Painful?
It will feel like being skinned alive.
But it will kill me?
Eventually.
Then I'll do it.
God damn, he is dedicated to dying. Is he in pain? Is he even in pain, or is he just living a shockingly unusual life right now? Is what I can't tell. His urgency to turning the water back on and the fact that he was in here seemed like it might be painful, but he might just be hiding. Are you sure this is the only option?
No. No, it is not. I will not allow you to do this. Not when there is another way.
Another way?
There are others of your kind. Fire elementals. A whole world of them.
Yeah, in another dimension, across the void. How do you propose to get him there?
Jordon is a creature of spirit now, which means he can traverse the void. I can lend him the energy required and show him how to open the way.
So he can, what, spend eternity with fire people?
Wait, eternity?
It is a one-way trip, Jordon. Life there will not be easy, but perhaps you can find a home there, a life.
But what kind of life would that be?
One that continues.
Sure, on an alien world, in an alien dimension, all alone.
There will be others of his kind. In time, they might accept him.
And if they don't, they'll be stuck there forever.
So the alternative is to murder him?
It's mercy. If I was in his shoes, I'd want the same.
But you are not in his shoes. You cannot make that choice for him.
And neither can you.
That is true. Jordon, what say you?
I don't know.
Do you really want to live like this?
Better a life like this than no life at all.
But what kind of life would that be?
One that continues.
Oh, they're looping now. I think a decent number of people would choose to go with the alien world over dying, especially dying a horrible, painful death where you feel like you're being flayed alive. I think a decent number of people would go with the let's visit an alien world. That sounds exciting. And it's full of fire people. That sounds like fun, you know?
It's mercy.
He won't have to eat any human flesh, will he?
Eat what?
No. His flames are the source of his energy, and will provide most of the fuel required. I will lend him the rest. The effect on me will be minimal. I will recover. But you are not in his shoes. You cannot make that choice for him.
And neither can you.
You should go across the void. You'll be happier there.
Yes, yes, Master, you are right. Maybe this is what was meant to be. Maybe you saved me that night for this very reason. Maybe I have some purpose to fulfill in this new dimension. Okay, I am ready.
You two should wait above ground. I will help him transfer across the void.
I guess he's on his way by now. Off to his new life, assuming you can call it life. You think we did the right thing?
Yeah? He's been irreversibly changed, but he is alive. That if there's a whole planet of people like him, that seems like a better choice than just killing him. Like, I get why it's a choice. I'm just a little confused why this guy is so weirdly adamant about we should just kill him painfully and horribly, as opposed to it just being a potential choice that could be chosen maybe by Jordon. Huh. Probably gonna color my feelings about this character a little bit, actually. He has a chance out there. More than he would here.
A chance is better than nothing? Maybe. But to live through eternity without seeing another human being, I couldn't take it. I know that much.
I mean, there's other people there, right? They're not humans, maybe, but they're people at least. It might be nice to live in another world.
I've seen pictures of fire dimensions. They look like hell, literally. I know what I am. I'm not entirely normal, but I know that I'm human. I know that I'm me. If I lose that, then I lose everything. So, is he...
Yes, he has gone through the void.
Is he okay?
I believe he will be. Eventually. Only time will tell. He did retrieve the ritual knife for me before he left.
Well, that's something. I'll study it back at the lab.
I know the routine. I shall call ahead and have pizza delivered.
It's like you read my mind.
It's like she read her past. Ah, day complete.